It's Monday, July 2nd. I tried to vlog yesterday and Saturday, and I couldn't put it up. I can't share. I'm gonna try again today. My sleep the last couple nights have been better. Praise God for that, but nothing else. Nothing else has gotten better, and the weather has been so stifling, unbelievably, excruciatingly hot here. Saturday was not as bad as yesterday. Saturday the humidity was lower, and there was a little breeze, even though it was in the 90s. Being in the pool, which I just waited. I couldn't really swim because the water temp was only 76 and between 76 and 78, and it's just too cold for me to like swim in it. But I waded in it constantly or floated around in my chair, which made my head worse. My younger daughter and her husband were here all day, both days, with my husband. And I just muddled through. But yesterday, my head was really bad. And the heat was even hotter. And today it's supposed to be even worse. Today the humidity is already 87%. When I first woke up, it's going to probably be 100% later. So the humidity makes it worse, and it's probably already 90 now, and it's only 9:30 in the morning. Yeah, today's supposed to be really brutal. I don't know if I'll even go out to the pool at all. I don't know what I can do. But yesterday out at the pool with them, my head, the male debarkment was severe. Every move I made, I was grabbing a hold of chairs, grabbing a hold of backs of things, grabbing a hold of anything that was around me to just get from one area to the next, because I just felt like I was falling over constantly. And so, I don't know, by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I didn't have any more fight in me. I couldn't pretend around them anymore. And I wasn't going to sit there and, carry on in front. I went up to my room, and then I just cried and cried and cried and started begging God to take me home, because it's not changing and I can't do anything and nothing makes it better. And why am I living like this? And thank God my friend Julie came to my rescue. She's always there for me, and we voice texted back and forth, and got me out of my little funk there, because some other personal thing had come up also, which was making me upset on top of it, because your emotions are just raw. You're just raw. Anything anyone says or does can break you when you're so sick. And when your head is just unbelievably unstable, say. And it's again like that today. My head is bad. Bad. And I'm sitting here thinking, this is the best it's going to be. This is it. Nobody can just fix this head symptom. Because of my mom's situation, and she called like twice yesterday with the same scenario, same thing, I'm not home, you gotta come get me and get me out of here, I gotta go home, and so my daughter and son-in-law and husband started talking about assisted suicide and how people like her should not have to go on. They understand the heaven thing, although my daughter and son-in-law are not on the same page as I am, but they just feel like it's so cruel to make her carry on. And I'm thinking, it's cruel to make me carry on too. You take heaven out of the equation, and I would have been gone 2 years ago. Literally, I would have been gone 2 years ago. But we can't play God. So we just sit here. always the phone. Always the phone. All right, that was my mother's case manager saying that there's only 3 people ahead of her in the assisted living building that is connected to the main campus of PACE, P-A-C-E, the program she's involved in, which gives me a little hope because it could be, a month, it could be 2 months, but she doesn't think it's going to be much more than a couple more months before we can get her in there because she's not qualifying for nursing home. I told you that the other day. Anyway, so more work for me because I will have to do all the packing and moving and anyway, very depressed all afternoon yesterday, crying, feeling hopeless when you can't move your head. And I'm telling you, I go on to the male debarkment support group, and I am more like those people than the Lyme people. Outside of having some of those other issues like the lymph nodes and the low-grade fevers, which I haven't had in a long time now. And the lymph nodes are gone now because of the LDN, and the pain, the neck pain, and the neuropathy. I do have other issues, but this head issue, as I have told you a billion times, is the worst of any of it. Any of it. And the people on the male debarkment support group are me. And they try Klonopin, seems to be the big one, but nobody likes to want to take it long term, although too late for me. I've been on it too long term, or different antidepressants, but nothing cures it. Either time will cure it, but there are people on there had it as long as me or longer. It just doesn't go away. And doctors scratch, neurologists and ENTs all scratch their heads. Can't figure it out. Maybe they all have Lyme and don't know it. So I'm just trying to come on and give you a little update. I can't walk. I couldn't walk outside yesterday. I walked Saturday morning at 9:30, and it was torture. It was already so hot. I couldn't walk yesterday. I'm going to try to go ahead and get on the treadmill because that's down in my basement. My basement's cool down there. But I have to walk. I have to move my body. I have to. Just wish I could get some hope. With everything I've tried, I try to get a little hope, and then I go right back to feeling hopeless because nothing changes. Nothing changes with my head. And I get so angry and bitter and mean, and I thrash out at my family. So I left them all out at the pool yesterday and went up on my bed, and my husband also texted me because he thought I had gone over my mother's. He's like, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm up on my bed." He goes, "Oh," and I go, "I'm sick, I'm dizzy, and I just can't handle being around any of you." And then they all wanted to go get out for ice cream later on after dinner. I didn't eat, they ate dinner. I didn't come down and eat dinner with them. They wanted to go get ice cream. I didn't go. Well, first of all, I couldn't eat ice cream, but I didn't even go with them. It was like, no. I don't want to be around anyone because it's too hard. It's work. It's work to try to enjoy your own family because your head is so... Okay. Nothing I haven't said a billion years before, but my head's really bad. Really, really bad, guys. And I'm at a loss. I really am. I'll try to check in with you guys later. Just want you to know, as I wipe the sweat off me, I finished the treadmill. I did it. I don't know how I do it. My head feels like it's in the ocean. That's how my head feels, like it's in the ocean. but I did the treadmill. Now I'm gonna cool off. I'm gonna get some lunch in a little while, and then I'm going to attempt to go out to the pool. I won't be able to stay out there long. Hold, I'm gonna check and see what the temperature is now. So it's 93, but heat index, real feel is 102. But it's still very early. Yesterday it didn't get, man, my hair's sopping wet. It didn't get in the high 90s until after 3. So keep your fingers crossed. Can't wait, but I'm gonna go try to get out in the pool after lunch and then come back in the air conditioning, because it's not a cloud in the sky. Sun is beating down. I bet the temperature in the pool, because it was 81 yesterday, so it's probably warm enough for me to actually swim in it today. Okay, check in with you guys later. Hi. Well, I'm in the pool, and yep, the water temp is 84, almost 85. So, swimming. Thank God the humidity is low, because it is hot. And there's the sky, not a cloud. So, I'm going to get into this is my floaty chair that I love. I have 2 of them. My floaty chair. And it's very comfortable. And I'm going to just float around until I can't float around anymore. It's very quiet back here, as you can hear. Nobody's mowing, nobody's weed whacking, nobody's blowing, because it's too hot. Kids that live in the house behind me, they're playing in their pool, but their little noise doesn't bother me. It's the flipping lawnmowers and all that drive me crazy. So I'm gonna just float around and maybe talk on the phone to keep me entertained, because I get bored and lonely. So I'll check in with you guys later. Well, since I posted last, the weather changed dramatically. We had thunderstorms and rain come through, and it dropped to 20 degrees. You heard me, 20 degrees. It is 77. It went from 97 to 77 in less than an hour. It's gonna get hot again, though, tomorrow and Thursday, back up to 95, whatever. But anyway, I came in after being out at the pool for several hours. I literally stood, I swam, and just waited in the pool. And then when I could see that the weather was starting to change, I came in. My head's not that bad today, and even with this huge change in the weather, I'm sure the barometric pressure went crazy. I'm shocking myself that I'm not more wacky in the head, but so that's a blessing. Can never tell when the head is going to do that really bad when it isn't. There's no rhyme or reason to it, and now it just seems muggy. Bet the humidity went up with the rain. I don't know. Anyway, probably made a big mistake, because I went around opening all the windows and turned off the air conditioning, thinking that it was cooler enough outside that I could do that, but my room feels like it's 100 already. I'm gonna try to go down to the library and get a new book out. I'm almost done with this one. I got maybe another chapter, and then I like to take 2 books out at a time. Got some bad news today in regards to my mother's finances. Because I was being honest with her money. She has a surplus in her savings account that Medicare Medicaid found, because I was honest. I didn't hide the money. I had it right in her account, and they needed to know balances of everything, and I was honest with that. Apparently, she can't have X amount of money. Anything above X amount of money, they take. And I understand. Believe me, all the services that the program that she's in, PACE, does for her, it's costly. But that money was sitting there to help me move her when I'm ready to move her. Gone. I would talk to the finance person, and they said that you'll be receiving a bill for that exact amount, and you have to send it off to PACE. Gone. Lesson learned. I guess honesty is not always the best policy. I mean, I could have just taken that money and put it in a box somewhere instead of putting it in the bank, or put it in my bank account for all that. Gone. Again, probably shouldn't be taking care of things like this because I can't think straight. So, it's dark that the storm has passed. I hope the temperature doesn't go back up again now that the storm has passed, but pray my head stays stable enough that I can get down to the library and do what I need to do. So, thought I'd check in with you guys again, and I'm just in my bed, clearly. I was just reading and just taking a break because I was trying to do some of my mother's bills, and being the first of the month, just trying to take care of stuff, and it's a lot on the brain. I'll try to check in with you later, maybe, and if not, adios.